You are listening to another AlwaysMoto production. The AlwaysMoto podcast with your host, David Hogan. We talk moto events from around the world. All the injuries, all the training ins and outs, the bikes, parts and gear inspections. The results, we interview your favourite riders. It's the AlwaysMoto podcast. We occasionally have some coarse language and the odd stuff up along the way. If you don't like it or you don't agree with us, turn it off right now.
I'd like to remind you that he is not a doctor.
Alright, we're post-race, World Supercross Gold Coast. We're down in the MCR pits here. We've got Noah Viney. Noah, SX2 class this year, mate. Bit of a learning experience for you so far and how it's all going?
Yeah, I'm just learning. Had some high expectations coming in and getting humbled right now. We're building these gigantic whoops and just struggling with them.
Is that what sort of the weakness for you at the moment? The whoop sections, like tonight, those ones were pretty gnarly looking from the get-go on track walk.
Yeah, they're pretty gnarly. Like I'm watching like the top guys double them on the last lap because
they've had enough of them.
Sure, yeah.
No, so all right. So, is there anything how's this going to work for you for the next few weeks? You've got to go to Sweden. You've got to go to South Africa. Are you going home in between each one? Are you going straight to there? What's on the plan for you?
No, I'm not going home. We're just gonna travel from here to Sweden and then Sweden to was it South
Africa? Yeah.
South Africa.
So do you have any bike time between then as well, or are you literally just going to turn up and get the ride on the race day? Because I gather these things are going to be crated up and trying to make the time. It's going to be hard for them to get there in time too, in terms of the crates delivery.
Yeah, we're just riding race day. Yeah,
wow. Okay, it's going to be a slim schedule for you coming up here. All right, we'll keep an eye on Noah Viney over the last 2 rounds of World Supercross. All right, we're down in Bud Racing Kawasaki team pits here at World Supercross Gold Coast. We've got Kyle Peters. Kyle, interesting night for you. I wouldn't say it was bad. I'd say it was okay. But you still, I feel like you're growing into this ride over the couple of rounds you've had so far.
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting more used to the bike. It's always different, practice track to race track. So, learning that, getting the suspension a little bit better, just getting more comfortable. I haven't raced it's been a long time since I've done a series. So, knocking the rust off, getting my feet back under me, and definitely a quiet night though. First main was so-so, second was okay, and then I got a better start the third one, and just struggled in the whoops, man. Those things were brutal.
That's not the first time I've heard that so far already, and it's early, right? I've only done a couple of these, but everyone's saying it, so they must have been just challenging everybody, and it didn't look like anyone was super comfortable. Maybe Christian Craig on the last one.
Yeah, he was on a mission there. But we've got a lot of competition here, a lot of great dudes, 450 and 250 class. It's really cool and makes it fun. So,
how's the body for you? You've had a lot of history of injury here, right? Yep. And you had a bit of time away there, for sure. And now you're back into it. So how does your body respond when you've tried to come back to this level? Is it like going, hey, I hate you? Or is it like, no, it's actually coming along?
It depends on the day.
Yeah, okay, right.
Depends on the day. But no, the body's good. The neck is what it is. It's sore all the time. I got to do this and that for it and blah, blah, blah. But it's part of it,
I gather it's not worrying you day to day because you're here, you're going, you look fine, right?
Yeah. It's been 3 years now, so you just got to put it out of your mind, right? This isn't a sport where you can kind of dip your toe back in and test the water. So yeah, you got to be all in and full focus. But yeah, the Lord has been able to keep me doing this, so here we are.
Yeah, nice. What's on the schedule for these next couple of weeks? Are you getting to go home at all, or are you going straight to Sweden and then to South Africa? What's happening for you?
So yeah, I'm flying home tomorrow. I'm home for 2 days and then fly to Sweden just to try to break it up a little bit. Because from here, I think it's 30-something hours, which is brutal.
Yeah.
So I'll go home, sleep in my bed for a couple days, go to Sweden, and then from Sweden straight out to South Africa.
So your body clock's going to not know what's going on. It'll be upside down for the next 3 weeks, basically.
For sure, yeah. This is when it gets interesting.
Yeah, right, exactly. Kyle Peters, reasonable night here in Gold Coast. We've got 2 more rounds to go. All right, down in the Rick Ware pits post race at Gold Coast, we've got Devin Simonson. Devin, rough night. Let's just start with that, right? It wasn't great, but it wasn't all bad, really.
Yeah, man. Just happy to leave here healthy, honestly. Struggling with a bit of bike stuff, mapping and little things like that. And then as well, back home, I'm on the 250 during the week.
You're back and forthing right now, so this has got to be messing with your head, right?
Yeah, and I haven't rode the 450 since Canada, which is only 2 weeks, but still we rode 6 days on the 250. So then you get back on the 450 and it's race day, your timing's off. So just little stuff. No excuses. Still should be a little better than that, or actually a lot better than that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to turning it around in the next coming weeks.
Are you going to just now, because obviously it's back-to-back weeks that we're here for Sweden and then South Africa, are you just staying 450, or are you even getting a chance to ride between these rounds now?
Yeah, so actually I'll fly home tomorrow and then I'll test the 250, test some stuff on the 250 Monday.
Again?
Monday and maybe Tuesday. And then I fly to Sweden on Wednesday, and then or Wednesday night. And then, I'll be from Sweden to South Africa. So in between those two, I won't ride.
So you won't ride at all then, basically, from the moment you get the two races, and that's it, and trying to be familiar with the 450 again. So we're going to have similar story, I gather, maybe. Hopefully you can turn this around.
Yeah, it sucks because honestly I started off the season like really good at Argentina with the 7th, and being in the fight with those guys, and that's where I should be. But yeah, man, it's honestly tough, but it's frustrating at the same time, knowing obviously that I have what it takes to be up there, but just got to find it.
You've had sneaky good rides when you have been on the 450, so it's not unusual for you to do it. It's just, problematic with the 250 back and forth, I gather. So that's got to make it hard. Plus, you were saying before, like your team for the America is all set. It's club, it's East Coast 250, I gather. So then, you know that's on the horizon. You want to make sure you get there. It's hard to come out and then perform here when things maybe are just a tick off and uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, you said it perfectly. Last year I got injured before the season, so then now, not that it's in the back of my head, but you always want to be healthy coming into the season, especially this is a great series and all, but my main focus is Supercross in the States, and that's just how it is right now.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair, and we're just being honest here on the show. So, no, look, well, good luck with the travel over the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a big few weeks for you, especially with testing. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see Devin Simonson a bit more. We've got a couple more rounds here to World Supercross. All right, we're down in the pits. We're in the wildcard pits. We found the team manager for Eli Tomac, Ian Harrison. Ian, 2 races in. Are we where we hoped we'd be at this point with Eli?
Better.
Better, nice. Okay, that's a good positive step to start with.
Yeah. No, we last weekend in Vancouver things went really well.
Yep.
And this weekend not so good, but conditions were very, very different. So we got some work to do, and we did collect a lot of data from this race, so we'll lean on that and try to improve for our upcoming season.
Is having a bad night at this stage actually maybe a good thing for you guys, because you do have something to go back and go, all right, it went bad here and here and here, and then you can actually try and work out why?
Yes, in a way.
Yeah.
It was going a little too easy, and I was thinking, I wonder
when's the penny going to drop?
Yeah, now the ball dropped. So but that's why we love racing. Racing, it's called racing, not winning. And
yes.
Yeah, you're always striving to be better and to try and get to the end there. And I think it's not going to be easy, but we'll give it everything we have.
So what's on the cards now? You guys are back to the US pretty much on Monday, I gather. And then have we got like Eli in California for a couple of weeks, or are you going out to his place of Colorado and getting further testing? What's on the cards?
Oh, okay. Flight delays. Flight
already
cancelled for us.
Already?
For
Yep.
Eli, John and myself. So
Yep.
we go out a day later, actually Monday. But he'll head back home. And then the following week he comes to California.
Okay.
And then we're there for a week, and then the week after that we actually go to Florida.
Oh, right.
On some soft dirt to try that. So then we've covered all our terrains. So that's the plan moving forward.
You're going to cover all bases. That sounds like a really good, solid idea before the season gets kicked off, and you find out halfway through the East Coast go, oh, we should have done this earlier, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, you always want to do that, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But we just want to be as best prepared as we can.
That sounds like a good, solid plan. Well, thank you for a bit of time with AlwaysMoto, and good luck for the season ahead.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, we're in the Pipes Motorsport Group's pit here. We're with Chisholm. Kyle, every time you come to World Supercross, mate, I feel like the 250 that you've ended up on hasn't maybe worked out as well as it could have in some of your other results. It's continuing, unfortunately. Like, they're not the greatest of results, but you're enjoying your time, I gather, with World Supercross and the Suzuki and Pipes Motorsports.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, I've been around a long time. I've raced a long time. Spent most of my career anyways on a 450, so definitely would prefer to be on the 450. But with the way the format is with World Supercross, obviously there's only 2 guys per class, and when you have Jason and Kenny on the team, obviously
you don't qualify that level, right?
Yeah, they're going to be the 450 guys. So yeah, like I said, I kind of dropped down to the 250, and it's honestly fun to ride. I enjoy it, but yeah, I'd for sure prefer the 450. I think I could do a little better on the 450, but with it said, it is what it is. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with the team and try to make the most of it. Tonight was better. I had top 5 speed, I think, tonight. The starts weren't there, but I think I went like 9.7 in the first 2, and I was close. You know, the where I want to be was, you know, right in view of me. Last one didn't have the best start, but I was making some good passes up and just pushing, and the track was slick, and I made a stupid little mistake and just slid out before the finish line. So that cost me probably what could have been a pretty good night. But yeah, definitely would like to be top 5, and just got to get myself up better on the starts. And like I said, tonight was better. I rode better. I like the track, and I always enjoy being in Australia. So
that helps.
Yeah, tried to make the most of it. And like I said, I was pushing, made the mistake. It's a bummer to make the mistake, but I was comfortable. I was pushing. So with that said, I'd rather try and make a mistake than be riding around just sucking, right? So like I said, I think the potential was there to have a pretty decent result. Should have been maybe 6, 7, whatever overall, and but so
you're gonna just hit the 6, 7 thing. The kids are gonna love it.
Yeah. So it should have been around there.
Yep.
Like I said, the goal is to be top 5, but was close to it if I didn't make the whole mistake. So woulda, coulda, shoulda, but like I said, overall happy with the riding.
So you mentioned the track a couple times, saying you liked it. How is this track compared to the other couple for this series so far? Have they been consistent in builds this time around? And obviously we've gone to very different locations so far throughout the series, and a couple more to come yet.
Yeah, I'd say they've done a pretty good job. This one was the best for sure. The build, everything. I think it was the most realistic to like what we race at home in the States. As far as size, the jump, spacing, I'd say it was very comparable to a normal AMA Supercross. So I just think it was a bummer for them because there was the threat of rain today, obviously.
Yeah.
So when they were finishing building yesterday, I looked at the track yesterday and they didn't really have any water in the track. No. And it's a pretty hard packed dirt. But if they were able to put a good amount of water in it while they were building, I think it would have been a really good track. But they weren't. They're scared of the rain. There's a chance of rain today, middle of the day. And I would say if it would have rained, it would have made the track pretty good, but it didn't end up raining really at all. No. So at that point, because they didn't get the water in yesterday, it already went away and they couldn't really do anything with it. With all that said, they still did a really good job with it, with what they had to work with. Just a bummer with the rain chance that it could have been a really, really good track. But the build was good. Just a bummer that the dirt was drier. And for those that don't know, like, when the dirt is more tacky, it helps us as racers to be able to move around the track more, right? You can kind of cut down, square up, kind of move around the track. When it's dry, you're kind of stuck, just kind of drifting, and you're stuck like in a goat trail around the track.
So it was still passing in the 450 races, but I think it was only in a couple of certain points of the track, and that fits with what you're saying about that narrative there.
Yeah, like I said, the track build, the jumps, the layout, everything was really good. Just the dirt being drier limits kind of what you can do out there, and that was a bummer for them and for the fans. Like, it would give a better track, give better racing if the track's like that. But like I said, overall, it was a really good track. I enjoy the track. Probably one of my favorite tracks I've rode in a long time. So, yeah, it's good. Overall, good.
How was the whoops? Because I've had a few comments so far already about them. I'm interested on your thoughts. I'm not going to preempt what it is just here. I'm going to see what you say.
Oh, they're tough. I like a tough set of whoops, so I'd prefer them to be like that. But they got gnarly. I like the way they're building them here over at home. They always just turn out the jumpers at home. They're spaced out a little further, and there's only 9 at home. Yep. And when they're spaced out further, you can get in the bottoms of them easier.
There's room to roll through it.
Yeah, as soon as they break down at home, you just triple, and it's, as an old school guy, and I wish there were 15 whoops, whatever. Here, it seems like they've been building them. I haven't measured, but they're a little closer together. And then the way they build them, they're a little steeper.
Yes.
So it makes jumping more of a disadvantage. Where at home, the last couple of years, it's been more of an advantage to jump them. So I like it. And if you watch that last 450 race, that's a good example.
Separator, right?
Look at a guy like Christian Craig that's really good in the whoops. Look what that did for him. Look at Kenny. I know Eli's adjusting. Eli can go through whoops. I'm not meaning this in a disrespectful way at all. But he struggled obviously with bikes up, a new bike, and look what it did to him. And then a guy like Deegan, new on the 450. I honestly thought that's going to be one of his weaker points, just in Supercross in general, compared to other guys.
He was steady, but he wasn't really great, right?
But he impressed me in the whoops for how gnarly they were. So yeah, they were gnarly. They got really steep, really cupped out. They were definitely challenging. Being dry, the traction was a little inconsistent because one time I'd go through and like, oh, that was good. Yep. Next time I think I hit them the same way and you just go nowhere. So yeah, it was definitely a really good test. They were safe too, I think, for the most part. They weren't dangerous, tough. They were just tough. So
I think we only saw one incident, and that was actually just someone coming together, someone rolling through at the end of the practice session there. So yeah, you're right. It was a safe set, really, and that side of things.
I think you had to respect them too because they were so gnarly.
Yes.
You couldn't just go in and pin it. You had to respect the whoops. So.
Yeah, no, that makes sense too because it makes guys just a little bit more tinge on it.
I'm always on that. I like the more technical tracks, steeper, everything. It slows everything down, and yeah, it's a little sketchy if you case or come up short, but it makes you have to be good at Supercross, which should be timing, technique, all those things is what should test you in Supercross compared to motocross. And at home, I feel like they've gotten away from it. They try to make it safer.
They're actually going the other way, I reckon.
Well, but to me, safer is more mellow, spaced out, jumping whoops, and then it makes everybody super close, and it makes you have to push harder to make up time.
You've changed where the safety
the intensity is up higher, and then you crash and make mistakes because you're going faster and everyone's so close. You're trying so hard to gain a tenth. When the track's like this, you can lose a second in just the whoops tonight, right? Versus a good pass and a bad pass. And that lets you pick and choose around the track where you're going to make your time up and stuff. So to me, I'm always an advocate for steeper, technical, because that slows everything down. And then when you do crash, you're crashing at a much slower speed than a higher speed. So
have you heard the old Jeremy Clarkson saying nobody ever died from going fast? It's becoming stationary that gets you?
Yeah. Like that's exactly that. So yeah, like I said, I'm always shooting for more technical, steeper stuff. So yeah,
definitely. Let's change gears quickly. A couple of races here in the next few weeks overseas, Sweden, South Africa. Are you going home, or you've got family and kids at home, or are you going straight through on a big loop here?
I'm going home. So unless I change plans or change a flight, I'm planning on going home. It's hard. I have a 9, a 7, and a 2-year-old. So the older two are in school, obviously. That's the hardest thing. I love traveling. I love going to new places. I love racing.
You don't bring the family for this one either because it's a bit further and stuff, I gather, too, and school and whatnot.
Yeah. It's so far, obviously. My older kids, they've all traveled a lot, so they would be fine. But my 2-year-old, she's super good, but it's a long fight for us coming over here to make her sit that long. And so it's a bummer to not have them with. That's the toughest thing. I want to kind of get home and spend time with them, obviously. So, yeah, the plan is to go home. I leave tomorrow morning, and I'm home at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon still because of the time difference. So I'm still home on Sunday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'll be home. I go Wednesday night, I think, to Sweden. So I'm home a few days, and I'll get to ride one day too, which is nice. And a lot of travel.
It's a busy schedule, right?
It is, but like I said, I'd rather do that and be home for a couple days and be with the family and all that stuff. So the sacrifices you make, whatever. So yeah.
Well, enjoy the couple of busy weeks of travel coming up. Good luck for the last 2 rounds. Thank you for making some time on the WSX Show.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Kyle, man. That was awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're down in the Moto Concept Pit again. We've found the podium getter tonight in SX2, Cullin Park. Cullin, mate, you finally put 3 motors together in one night and you found yourself on the podium. This has been coming for a while, I gather.
Yeah, finally, like you said, finally able to just put all 3 together, and hard-earned podium tonight, 4-2-3 scores, and had to come from the back pretty much every moto, and yeah, riding was good. Really wanted to be already up on the podium 3 weeks ago at round 1, right? So monkey off the back tonight, like I had said in the podium, and yeah, it just feels good, man. The team's been working hard. I've been working hard, and I knew my riding's been good enough to be up there. Just finally to able to put it all together tonight feels good, but want to keep it going. I don't want to stop there. I want to contend for a win, and I also want to keep it going in South Africa and Sweden.
Does this boost you up? Have you seen the points yet for the championship? Like, you were 6th coming in. I gather this would give you a little kick towards the front there. You might even be overall podium sort of thing at the end of this if you keep it going.
Yeah, I would have to think so. I haven't looked at the points. I'd have to think. I mean, I came in 6th, like you said, so 4th or 5th maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But yeah, I mean, absolutely. I want to be on the podium overall for the championship. Round 1, I definitely put myself in a points deficit with those 2 mains going down. So kind of been in a hole I got to just dig myself out of. But tonight was a good step doing that. But yeah, man, I want to contend for a race win with Max. But it was like I said, it's just nice to finally be up there on the podium, knowing that I've been riding good, knowing I've been capable of being up there. So they say the first one's the hardest, so I'm looking to just keep it going.
You're on a good flow now, but to compete with Max, you're going to have to get some starts dialed in, right? Because he's been very good at being at the front, and like you said, you've been coming through the pack sort of thing. So Is there much chance that you've got to work on anything over the next couple of weeks, because the schedule is hectic?
No practicing for the next few weeks. We just fly straight to each race, but I can work on it mentally. And Max is solid. He's obviously really good back in the States, a title contender, and that was probably his title this past year, right before he got hurt.
Yeah.
And multiple race winners. So I mean, just to he's solid. He's really good in the whoops, good at starts, but it's just going to take the right race for me to get off the gate and be up there and be in the mix with him.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, so interesting schedule. You said no practice. That's going to be weird for you guys, from the American guys, because you're used to practicing 3-4 times a week at times between races.
Absolutely. Last Sunday we rode in California and then flew out Sunday night to come to Australia. So that'll be our last practice day until we're back from South Africa. So obviously we're here in Australia. Monday we fly to Sweden, and then I don't know when we fly to South Africa, Sunday or Monday after that race in Sweden. So yeah, no time for practice, unfortunately, but I would rather just kind of go from race to race. It's a lot of travel. Yeah. So I think it's better to go each weekend racing rather than going back home for 2 or 3 days. It's a lot of travel, a lot of flight time. So I kind of like the schedule. I'm here for it. And I'm ready to get back going for next weekend.
You might have a little bit of time to be a tourist for a day or two when you get to town. Have you got anything planned? Or?
So I haven't. Just in Australia, I've been here since Tuesday. I've been to Australia 3 times. This is my 3rd time. Yep. I've yet to see a kangaroo. So tomorrow, tomorrow, that's the thing. Like, I definitely want to check off before I leave. I got to see one. Like I said, been here 3 times, yet to see one. So we got to make that happen.
Yeah. I was going to say, they come up to my back of my house, and I'll show you a photo on the phone, right?
Sick. Like, I wish I could just see a wild one, but I'm probably just gonna have to go to the zoo and do that, and for sure go to Surfers Paradise. We've gone there a couple times so far this week. I love the beach. So gonna take a dip in that tomorrow too. We got a good day planned for sure.
Sounds all right for a day after the race. Well, awesome night on the podium. Congratulations. Let's hopefully see some more for the last 2 rounds of World Supercross.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, Joey Savatgy in the Quadlock Honda team tent here. I'm getting stuck on the words. It's late at night. Joey, I was just saying before, you got fastest qualifier, you got Super Pole, and then the night didn't actually go where we thought it might have gone tonight.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't as good as I was hoping for. My starts were good. It's just, track was tough. Conditions not my favorite by any means. No excuses. I got beat, but I'm happy with the direction that we're going. Our starts are better. It's just little mistakes here and there, and the first and second one kind of cost me a few spots. Getting together with Christian at the end of the rhythm lane when I thought he was going to quad. That was Christian and Coop, so there's 2 places, and then when Deegs went down, Eli and Jason got me, so there's 2 more spots. So you look at that, it's a 4-position swing. It's 4 points. Yeah. So it's little things like that, make a difference. So I'm happy with how I rode and my speed. It's just I needed to do better at putting it all together.
The races in the SX1 class tonight were pretty intense. Those front 5-ish, 6-ish were there and on top of each other. So one mistake, you definitely lost a lot quickly, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's tough at the top, and with as many wild cards and guys that aren't doing the whole series that were here, it's a good gauge though. I enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure getting to race Eli and getting to race Kenny, and obviously seeing where Deegan's at, being his second 450 race.
You had a little running battle with him in one of the motos there. You're going back and forth. That was interesting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that I'd made a few mistakes and he caught me, but I was aware of the situation behind us with Eli and Jason, so I didn't really want to fight him.
Yep.
You know, like he kind of ran. He kind of didn't run me high, but blocked the corner so I couldn't get him, and I was fine with it. And then coming into the corner after the finish line, I sat up like I wasn't even gonna fight the guy for the spot as long as we kept going forward, and then maybe try to make a pass later on back in the race if I could get my laps back together. He didn't want that idea, or he had other ideas. So we went back and forth a little bit, which I enjoyed it. It was fun, but obviously in the same breath, like we lost so much time and allowed those guys to suck up to the back of us.
It derails your race in some ways, right? Like you're not moving forward. You're actually getting sucked back. Yep. Then you can't regain the pace because you've lost that momentum and your body flow and all that at that point.
I mean, there's a back and forth cat and mouse that I didn't want to get into and we couldn't afford it because of who was coming. So that was one of those things that I think maybe he just, being a kid, excited, wanting to battle, maybe he got caught up in it too much, and instead of just focusing on going forward. So that was
it's late for you too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was like I said, it was one of those things that if he had just focused forward and we could have kept going forward, maybe I get him again and maybe I get second, but at worst I get third, and instead I end up fourth, and Jason and Eli get me with 2 to go. So it was little things like that just kind of flip-flop the night.
So you were just telling me before we recorded, there's a 5-point penalty for the top 3 guys, I think you said, from the last race with the red cross, I gather, in the whoops there. So in terms of championship points, probably not really aware of where that all falls right now, but 2 rounds to go. You're in this, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I heard that there was some championship points penalized. I don't know why or who.
There was a rider at the end of the whoop section that was down, and then they were all still blitzing and doubling through the whoops. So, and it was only that sort of your point and back that actually started to pay attention to it, right?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know who or what, but yeah, I mean that makes sense as far as the points. I don't know. Maybe I'm 5 back now. Yeah. Again, it's frustrating, especially if that is the case, and now I'm only 5 back. I look at those 2 spots in the first one, and then with Deegan, the 2 more spots I lost there, like it's 4 more points, So it being 5 now, maybe could have been 1, and so I mean it's one of those things, hindsight, right? But I was happy with my speed today, and just need to be better.
Are we looking forward to this little run here from Sweden to South Africa? Are you going home? What are you doing in all this?
No, it's too far to go home.
It's a big zigzag sort of thing if you did that, right?
Yeah, it's far enough as it is. I'm going down to Melbourne for 2 days, but Melbourne to Dubai is 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then Dubai to Sweden is 7.5. So it's like a 21-hour, and then
plus your layovers in between.
Yeah, if I go home, it's from here to LA's 15, 14, and then from there to home is another 4, and then go home and ride for a day, and then have to go probably Orlando to I don't even know where I would go. So
it's still going to work out the same, right? Like it's just in a longer, drawn-out process.
It's it's definitely way less flying, staying, than going home and having to do all that, because obviously from Florida to Sweden's probably not that close, and then it just makes more sense to stay on the road. Obviously we won't get much riding in. We won't get a lot of riding in, unfortunately, but it's kind of the same boat for everybody, so we carry on.
Going to make do, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, with 2 rounds to go, Joey Savatgy's in the hunt here for SX1 in World Supercross.